I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Just like in real life, first impressions in a movie can make or break a character for the audience. We begin making judgments on characters from the moment they appear on the screen. So throughout film history, filmmakers have sought to find new and interesting ways to introduce their characters to an unsuspecting audience. So today, we will be counting down some of the best opening scenes in movies. So fasten up your seatbelt and get ready. The Joker, The Dark Knight. The opening scene of The Dark Knight is, well, probably one of the best opening scenes in superhero films ever. The bank heist is thrilling and immediately sets the film in motion, and right at the beginning we're like, what? And the robbers wearing those spooky clown masks? All this while, the thrilling soundtrack by Hans Zimmer is there to punctuate the tension. During the final part explosive shootout between the bank manager and the final clown, the criminal gains the upper hand in a chilling monologue.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Phew, I really don't know what mind-blowing is if that isn't. You just cannot deny the indelible nature of this introduction. Bane, The Dark Knight Rises. When asked about his favorite opening shot, director Christopher Nolan told that he would have to go with the opening scene from The Dark Knight Rises, in which Tom Hardy, who plays Bane, is introduced hijacking a plane that he drops from the sky.
Gun!
Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane.
The prologue features a CIA agent threatening 3 men with sacks over their head aboard a moving plane. He quickly demands that the first one to give up information would not be thrown out of the plane. The first 2 men are silent, but the third begins to talk with a muffled sounding voice. When the sack is pulled off, the man is revealed as Bane. The scene was shot in Scotland, where the crew actually dropped a real plane from the sky.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
We all know this by heart. The first rule of Fight Club is that no one talks about it. But ever since David Fincher's psychological thriller released back in 1999, everyone has not stopped talking about it, especially about Tyler Durden. Did you know that Tyler Durden flashes on screen 4 times before we actually meet him as a character? That's right, we actually see Tyler Durden a few times before we meet Tyler Durden in Fight Club. We see subliminal appearances of the mysterious man as the narrator slips in and out of insomniac states.
I'm raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off.
Pulp Fiction. This movie is like fine wine. 26 years later, Pulp Fiction only gets better with each viewing. And whether you watch it for the dance sequence, Butch saving Marcellus Wallace, Mia's overdose, or Samuel L. Jackson's overall magnificence, this masterful work of cinema never gets old. But there are some things about the film that you might not know, as surprising as the Royale with cheese. This already entertaining scene takes on new heights when we realize these 2 gentlemen are hitmen on their way to take out a few poor schmucks in an apartment.
That God came down from heaven and stopped him.
Oh, what the fuck's happening? Oh,
man. Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs.
Darling.
Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming?
Dr. Lecter.
Don't bother with the trace. I won't be on long enough.
One of the most enthralling sequences in The Silence of the Lambs is the first meeting between Clarice Starling and Dr. Hannibal Lecter, and it is a masterclass in visual storytelling. When Clarice arrives to prison to meet Hannibal, we have only heard of Hannibal, only been told about this monster, cannibal, from FBI agent Jack Crawford, then by the head of the asylum.
He's past the others. The last cell. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
Now when you see the shot, you'll notice that Lecter is certainly not lounging on his bunk. He's wearing a blue boiler suit and is standing in the center of shot. What this does is catches us off guard. Lecter just appears in the center of the screen behind a panel with air holes. The decision to stand in this particular way was suggested by Anthony Hopkins. He knew it would be unsettling for the viewer and has become one of the most original and disconcerting moments in movie history.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.